Everyone, welcome to week 12. Can't believe I just finished week 12. Week 12 of my 20-week marathon training plan using Hansen's marathon method, not the advanced program, beginning program that I purchased on Final Search. So I think I start every week telling you that, like what I'm using. I think that's kind of important. So great. I had a really strong week. Yay. I'm going to start out by adding that, I have a treadmill, and with my treadmill, I have an app called iFit. And I think it was a combination of using the Hansen's plan and listening to Tommy Rivers-Pusey talk about running, rest, and recovery, and balancing everything out. That finally got me to qualify for Boston in November. And, Tommy always emphasizes that in order to run fast, you have to run slow. Like you shouldn't be grinding every day. And that was foreign to me. And I had always heard that, but no one was able to really explain to me why that was important. So Tommy does on the iFit app, like he goes into a lot of depth into it on every run, like kind of hits you over the head with it. And there's no escape. And it worked. So anyway, he has, I don't know if you know anything about him, but he's recovering from a really rare form of lymphoma. And he has this new Road to Recovery series on iFit. It's a walking series that he's doing through Cancun. And the walks are like 10 to 15 minutes. And they've been so great because I still get a dose of his inspiration and encouragement and just whatever, just life stuff. And I can do it every day. I can add it into my regular routine. So I started that. I'm really, really enjoying it because he helped me so much qualify for the marathon or for Boston. If I didn't get the treadmill, I don't think I ever would have. And then it kind of fed into the Humphrey plan, the Luke Humphrey plan, which also balances that notion, like easy and hard efforts. So anyway, just wanted to add that was something I've been doing this week. So, and I've really enjoyed it. Sunday, I did 4.5 miles at 9:54 pace. My heart rate was 138. Yeah, I was getting ready to start my cycle, and not my marathon training cycle, my monthly cycle. And I've noticed that my heart rate always elevates the week before. And I get a lot of unproductive runs. That I was listening to a podcast called, I always get it confused. Is it Running Rogue Running? Anyway, I really like this podcast. And I really like this podcast, gives a lot of great running tips. But one of the podcasts I just listened to recently was about running tech and like how to use it to your advantage and what not to listen to. One of the things that they said don't listen to was like the sleep, which, as you know, drives me crazy. And the training status, which again is like, I had the best marathon of my life. And Garmin was like, it's unproductive. So, and sometimes I have really great runs and they'll be like, it's unproductive. So I was happy that they validated how I felt about it. It's my dog in the background. She's making all this noise. You can't even see her, but anywho, so Sunday, 4.5 miles, 9:54 pace, heart rate was 138. I did a 16-mile run the day before. So I really wanted to keep this 4-mile run easy, as I normally do on Sundays. Monday, what are you doing? Can you see her like flipping out? What are you doing? What are you doing? Can you stop? Thanks. That would be great. I'd appreciate that. Okay. So Monday I did my Turbo Tuesday because I had it off for Lincoln's birthday. Thank you, Lincoln. And yeah, so I wanted to do it on Monday. I was a little concerned because it was so close to my Saturday 16-mile run. Another reason I kept Sunday real easy. But it ended up going fairly well. My average pace was an 8:39 and my average heart rate was a 152. I did it with my friend who's not training for a marathon, mind you, and she can just come with me and bust out these paces like nobody's business. I'm just like, geez, she could qualify for Boston tomorrow. And she's like, nah, I don't feel like it. Anyway, So it was 1.5 miles, 4 times. My first bout was 7:56, 7:47, 7:47, 7:52. So I did those pretty well. Did I feel like I was dying? I did. I got to work on the control because I'm also under my range. And I feel like I'm under my range. I feel like if I did it a bit more controlled, it would be better. I've got to work on that. I don't know why I take these runs so much faster than I take my Saturday runs that have marathon pace miles in the middle. Those feel easier and the seconds aren't that different, but because I just blow these ones, I just go really fast. Anyway, Tuesday I did 6 on the treadmill after work. And the weather here was very strange on Tuesday. I talked a couple weeks about how hot it was. Last week, it was weird on Tuesday. It was really windy, very stormy, streaks of lightning down the sky, not just the flash like we normally get in California. It was streaks. And then it hailed in random parts of like Cerritos and Long Beach. And it was like, oh, it hailed. My neighbor's like, oh, it hailed. And I was like, it didn't hail over my house, but it hailed over your house. It's very strange. Needless to say, I kept that run indoors on the treadmill because of the streaky lightning. And I did a run with Tommy in some weird place. It was like the deadliest place in the world. It was this downhill. And I was like, oh, it's a downhill run. But I was like, no, I need to do downhill runs because my race is downhill. So yeah, I ran 6 with him on the treadmill and the grade kept going to like, it was a 3% downgrade. So I did half at that. And then I adjusted my own to flat. But that was a 9:10 pace and my heart rate was only 130 because the treadmill was going down, but whatever, 6 miles and was with Tommy. So got some good tips from him. As always, he kept saying, don't get dead on this, because he was talking about how many people have died on this road. And then he ran by all the crosses that had been along the roads. And anyway, it was fun. Not fun seeing the crosses, but you know what I mean. It was interesting. How about that? Wednesday was a rest day. Thursday, I ran 6 with my friend Stephanie at a 9:40 pace and my heart rate was 137. Garmin liked that run, by the way. I was very pleased with it. I got a productive run for the first time in a long time. Friday, I did 8 in the morning before work, 9:30, heart rate 133 because my cycle was over. Saturday, you guys, I did my 13 miles. My average pace was 8:24. And I did 10 at marathon pace with an 8:07. And let me tell you something, those 10 in between were an average of 8:07. What shoes did I wear? I wore my Asics Metaspeed Skies and I really liked them. I think those are a really strong marathon contender shoe. They might get the marathon rose. But as I was running, this guy stopped me in the park, not a skeezy guy, just a guy driving. He was an older gentleman. He was with his wife. He stopped. He's like, I need to know, is this road going to take me? So I stopped and I was giving him directions and I didn't pause my watch. So even though I didn't pause my watch and I talked to him for like a good minute, I still got an 8:07 pace for that stretch. So felt pretty good about that. And that was my week in review. What did I take that day? I took 1 gel. So I did my Kodiak C-rated cake in a cup before the run. And I did 1 gel. And then on the run, I took a gel. So, and of course I do stop along the way for water. I do. And I'm not going to be I'm going to drink while I go. Like, no, I physically, just like I would in a marathon, I run up, take a sip, and then I head on down. I keep going just like I do in a race. So anyhow, but I do always stop for water and I stop for waters in races too. And I've talked about that. So on to week 13, and I'm going to do my speed work again on Monday. So hopefully that will go well. Yeah. Anyway, happy running. I'll see you again as week 13 concludes. Hopefully it continues going on. I do want to say, I spoke to my friend who's ran Mount Charleston. I met her at the Big Bear race and we've stayed in touch. And she was like, make sure you train on hills for Charleston. Do you think I've been training on hills? No, I haven't. I hope that doesn't come bite me. Because when I was running Big Bear and you take the bus up, I was sitting next to this lady, and like, don't ever do this to somebody if you're like on a bus with them on the way to a marathon or you're chatting with them prior to the marathon. She's like, yeah, I came and I trained on this course like 3 or 4 times. Did you? And I was like, no. She goes, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. Good luck. Good luck to you. Can you believe that? Why would you say that to somebody? I can't change it at this point. Good for you, lady. Glad you got your training in. So don't ever tell somebody that. Don't ever be like, you didn't train enough. Good luck. Good luck on your race. It's going to happen in 5 minutes. If I can go back to that lady, I'd be like, guess what? I PR'd, lady. That's what I did. So anyway, I've been thinking about, since my friend told me, maybe I should go up to Palos Verdes a little bit more often and get those hills in. I don't know. Something I'm considering. It's a long day though. It takes me about a half an hour to get to Palos Verdes. Then you gotta find parking, then I gotta take water. It's a big production. So thinking about it. Anyway, happy running, and I'll see you next time. Bye.